Hey yo, what is up? A new tank entering super test yet again. This time it's going to be the tier 9 F118 Char Mle 75 short. Maybe they've not finalized the name yet. And maybe they haven't decided what they're going to call it, but it's going to be something to this effect. F118 Char Mle 75 something. And it's a light tank, so it's gonna be kind of different, and it's actually kind of quirky because this tank is not only a light tank, but it has also a dual mode, much like the CS63. It has a rapid mode and it has a standard mode, or maybe it's like an EBR, but a lot of funny things going on with this tank, so we'll talk about it. First of all, it's a tier 9, so with that respect, I suppose it's going to be some kind of reward tank or some kind of tank that you can only earn, with some missions, or maybe it's like a mission reward tank. Maybe it's 10 days of grinding and then at the end of the grind you get this tank. It could be that as well, but it is a light tank, and it has the dual speed thing. It is an autoloader as well, and it looks really funny because it looks like a Bofors Tornwagen. It looks like a Concept 1B. It has that I don't know what you call it, a drone kind of turret. It's like a crewless turret. All the crew is probably inside the tank and there's no crew on the turret. The turret looks like just a gun and some kind of auto-loading feeding magazine that feeds the gun, and all the crew is situated inside the hull of the tank itself. So really strange looking, really special looking. It works funny. So let's talk about it. First of all, it has, like I said, a rapid mode and a standard mode, and from standard mode switching into fast mode, it takes 1 second, and then from fast mode switching into standard mode, it takes 3 seconds. So there's a lot of nuances on this tank. You've got to really think about what you want to do when you're playing this tank. There's 2 modes again. 1250 hit points. The horsepower of the engine is 1000 on standard mode and 1400 horsepower in rapid mode or fast mode. And the power to weight ratio is different as well. In standard mode, it is 33.78 power to weight ratio, while in rapid mode it is 47.30 power to weight ratio. So a lot more pickup speed when you are in rapid mode, and this affects the top speed as well. In standard mode, the top speed is 55 going forward and 20 in reverse, which is super quick for standard mode. But in rapid mode, it's like an EBR, 78 kilometers an hour going forward, 45 kilometers in reverse. That's insane. 45 kilometers going in reverse in fast mode. But what's the difference between this and the CS63? Well, the CS63, when you are in rapid mode, the gun can't shoot for shit, right? The bloom is bigger than your monitor. But this is a French tank, so it works a lot like the EBR. Even in rapid mode, the dispersion remains the same, which is at 0.34. which makes a lot of difference, because this means whether you are in slow mode or you are in fast mode, the accuracy of the gun is not affected. It's still going to be really good accuracy. What is affected is the rotation. The hull rotation speed is going to be different because in standard mode you've got 68 degrees per second rotation, which means very agile hull. You can rotate your hull very quickly in standard mode, but in rapid mode or in speed mode, the rotation is 1/3 of what it is in standard mode, only 20.86 or 21 degrees per second in rapid mode, which means the hull traverse is not very good when it is in standard mode. It can go forward and reverse very quickly and it can get there very fast, but it's going to turn a lot more like a boat. So it's going to, in essence, it's going to work like an EBR. Like an EBR in fast mode, it can't turn very quickly. It's a big old boat when it's turning, but in standard mode, it can turn very sharply. So I'm assuming it's going to work a lot like an EBR, which means if you want to turn or rotate your hull sharp when you are in the Tier 9 Char 75 this tank, you just release the W button and turn it while it is still cruising forward, and that's how you're going to get a quicker hull rotation. So that's my guess. It's going to work a bit like an EBR. Release the W button, instead of going forward, just cruise and rotate your hull, and you will turn quicker that way. But the gun rotation speed remains the same, 62.58 or 63 degrees per second, whether you are in standard mode or you are in rapid mode. So that is, it's going to be a special tank. This is going to be specialty tank. You're going to spend a lot of time to master this tank. If you want to be really good at this tank, it's going to be like an EBR or it's going to be like a CS63. You're going to spend a lot of time playing this tank to get, to understand all the subtle nuances and to get really good and be, handling this tank really well. Also, like I said, this was an auto loading magazine, but this auto loading magazine, again, in standard mode, it will reload 6 shells. In rapid mode, it will only reload 4 shells. But I can tell you, I'm probably going to play this tank in rapid mode almost 100% of the time. That is my guess, because how does this auto loading magazine works? Apparently, it says there is an information here that says it bursts in. It's an auto loading magazine that has bursts of 3 shells in standard mode and bursts in 2 shells in rapid mode. So I have a feeling that this gun fires twice every time you click it, or fires 3 times in standard mode, because in standard mode you can reload 6 shells, but it bursts in 3 shells. So I think it fires 3 shells every time you click it, and it carries 6 shells in standard mode. And then in rapid mode, it only carries 4 shells and it bursts in 2 shells, which means I think it fires 2 shells every time you click it. And then to click it in 2 shells, there is an intra clip of 0.4 seconds for every shell in standard mode, and in rapid mode 0.6 seconds in rapid mode. So it's going to be like a machine gun. You click it one time, it either fires 3 times, or you click it one time and it fires 2 shells in 0.6 seconds. So this is how I think it works. Every time you click it, fires either two shells back to back, or it fires 3 shells back to back, and then the full reload is 44 seconds. So depends on how you play it. Either in standard mode, carry 6 shells and fire 3 shells every shot twice, and then reload for 44 seconds, or in speed mode, 44 seconds reload, and then when you have 4 shells, you fire 2 shells each time with an intra clip of 0.6 seconds. It goes off 2 shells, and then you fire another 2 shells, and then 44 seconds reload. Yes, there's a lot of things to think about when you're playing this tank. Like I said, it's going to be a specialty tank. You're going to spend time thinking about it when you are playing this tank, because there's just so many options, so many ways to play it. You can switch between standard mode and rapid mode depending on how fast you want to play this tank, or how you want to be effective on the battlefield with this tank. So very interesting tank, a lot of things to think about. But Again, a very specialty tank. You're going to spend a lot of time thinking about how you want to play this tank, but I assume once you spend a day or two playing this tank, you're going to figure out how you like to play it and how it suits you. Of course, for the better players, this tank is going to be a killer tank, an assassin. Imagine being able to intra clip 3 shells, or 2 shells back to back, and then do 250 damage each shot with 200 penetration or 240 penetration or whatever choice of ammo you carry. Man, this tank is just insane. Now that is the end of the Char Mle 75. I have some bonus content for you, which is the 3D style skin for the Yo tank, for the tier 10 Yo tank. This is a very busy looking 3D style. It's got anti-aircraft 50 calibers on the top. It's got searchlights on the left. It's got some shark tooth and eyes. Looks like it looks like a bird. It looks like the A10 planes with this kind of design, right? Like a shark in the turret. So it looks kind of cool, but it is very busy. Looks like a lot of things going on. There's it's carrying a lot of extra boxes, flare guns, searchlights, fuel tanks, helmets. There's a kind of like a cage at the back for you to carry extra stuff. So a lot of things going on, but I do like it. It does look kind of different. It looks kind of special. There are 2 extra fuel tanks at the back, huge drums at the back, and then you got flare guns here. Yeah, cool looking. I like it. And that is the bonus 3D style I have for you today, besides the first look at the Char Mle 75 French tank. This is the Yo tank, the tier 10 Yo tank 3D style. So hope you enjoyed the video and hope you took some useful information and prepare yourself for the new tier 9 tank. Maybe it's going to be some kind of reward tank, or some kind of mission reward tank. Who knows? Let's see what happens. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.